If there's one thing I've learned after years of gardening and experimenting here at Roots Haven Grounds, it's this: soil problems scare people far more than they should. I see gardeners give up before they even start because their soil is too sandy, too hard, lifeless, or completely ruined. The truth is, most soils aren't broken. They're just hungry, tired, and badly misunderstood. And here's the good news. You don't need fancy products, endless soil tests, or backbreaking work to fix almost any soil. You only need 3 simple ingredients, used consistently and patiently. This is the lazy way of building soil, but lazy doesn't mean careless. It means working with nature instead of fighting it. Today, I want to walk you through these 3 ingredients, why they work, and exactly how to use them so your soil improves season after season, whether you're growing in containers, raised beds, or straight in the ground. Before we dive into the ingredients, let's clear something up. Poor soil usually shows up in different ways, but underneath, the issue is almost always the same. The soil lacks structure, life, and a steady supply of organic matter. Without those 3 things, nutrients wash away, roots struggle, water either drains too fast or not at all, and plants never quite thrive. That's why chasing single nutrients rarely works long-term. Healthy soil is a living system. Fix the system, and most problems solve themselves. If I could only use one thing to improve soil for the rest of my life, it would be organic matter. Compost, aged manure, leaf mold, decomposed kitchen scraps, or even well-rotted garden waste all fall into this category. Organic matter is not just fertilizer, it is the backbone of healthy soil. When you add organic matter to sandy soil, it helps hold water and nutrients instead of letting them wash away. When you add it to clay soil, it creates space, improves drainage, and makes the soil easier to work. Over time, it feeds soil microbes that transform dead material into plant-available nutrients. The lazy approach here is consistency, not volume. You don't need to dig massive amounts into the soil all at once. Simply add a layer on top once or twice a year, and let worms, microbes, and rainfall do the mixing for you. Nature is excellent at this job when we stop getting in the way. At Roots Haven Grounds, I treat compost like a long-term investment. Every season I add a little more, and every season the soil becomes darker, looser, and more productive. That's the quiet power of organic matter at work. Mulch is the most underrated soil fixer I know. It doesn't just make gardens look tidy, it actively protects and improves the soil underneath. When soil is left bare, it bakes in the sun, erodes in the rain, and loses moisture faster than plants can use it. Mulch solves all of that in one step. It shields the soil from temperature extremes, slows evaporation, reduces compaction, and suppresses weeds that compete for nutrients. Organic mulches like straw, dry grass clippings, shredded leaves, wood chips, or even partially finished compost slowly break down and become more organic matter. That means mulch doesn't just protect soil, it feeds it over time. The lazy way to mulch is thick and continuous coverage. Don't sprinkle mulch like decoration. Lay it down generously and keep topping it up as it breaks down. Over time, you'll notice fewer weeds, softer soil, and better water retention without lifting a single shovel. This is the ingredient almost nobody talks about, yet it may be the most powerful of all. Living roots in the soil keep it alive. Plants don't just take from the soil. Through their roots, they actively feed soil microbes with sugars and compounds created during photosynthesis. Those microbes in return unlock nutrients, build soil structure, and improve water movement. Bare soil is dead soil. The lazy gardener's trick is to keep something growing as much of the year as possible. That could be vegetables, herbs, flowers, or even simple cover crops. The specific plant matters less than the fact that roots are present. At Roots Haven Grounds, I often let beds rest under fast-growing greens or cover crops instead of leaving them empty. Even weeds, when managed properly, can play a temporary role in keeping roots active in the soil. The goal is continuous life below the surface. What makes this approach so powerful is how these ingredients support one another. Organic matter feeds microbes, mulch protects that organic matter and creates a stable environment. Living roots keep microbial life thriving and soil structure intact. Once this cycle starts, soil improvement becomes automatic. Water infiltrates better, nutrients stay where plants can reach them, roots grow deeper and stronger. Over time, the soil becomes more forgiving, even when weather or mistakes aren't ideal. This is why the lazy way works. You're not forcing quick results. You're setting up a system that improves itself. This method works everywhere. In containers, organic matter improves water retention and nutrient availability, mulch reduces drying out, and living plants keep the soil active. In raised beds, top dressing with compost and mulch avoids disturbing soil layers. In in-ground gardens, you'll see the most benefits since worms and microbes can freely move materials deeper over time. The key is patience. Soil transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it happens reliably when you stick to the process. One mistake I see often is overworking the soil. Constant digging breaks soil structure and disrupts microbial networks. Another is expecting instant results from a single application. Soil health builds gradually. Lastly, don't ignore mulch. Skipping mulch is like leaving your soil exposed without protection. Keep it simple, keep it consistent, and trust the process. After a few seasons of using these 3 ingredients, you'll notice something incredible. You'll water less, fertilize less, and fight fewer problems. Plants will look healthier without extra effort. The soil itself becomes your greatest gardening tool. This is the kind of knowledge I love sharing here at Roots Haven Grounds. Practical, proven, and designed for real gardeners who want results without burnout. Fixing soil doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. With organic matter, mulch, and living roots, you can rebuild almost any soil the lazy way while still getting incredible results. This approach works whether you're just starting out or refining an experienced garden. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Roots Haven Grounds, share this article with a fellow gardener, and join our growing community of people who believe gardening should be simple, sustainable, and deeply rewarding. Let's keep growing better soil, one season at a time.